Good, Humbl fam. It's time to come on in for another visit with us here on The Humbl Show. I am Grant Fletcher, as always, joined by my two co-hosts, Moonbeam Hallows and Brandon Cox. And joining us this week, one of the busiest mic men in America today, an in-arena, in-game host for the USFL. He's working for the Carolina Panthers. He's working for Auburn for all their sports programs out there. It's Xavier Soller. How's it going, everybody?
It's going good. It's going pretty cool.
Yeah. How'd we do, Xavier? Was that good? Can you
rate
my technique?
I was waiting for pyro. I was waiting for smoke. I was waiting for all of it. That was amazing. Thank you for that.
All right. Thank you for being on. So it's cool because we're having you here because Xavier's, we listed your credentials here. And we only have you for the first about 10, 15 minutes of the show today. So thanks for coming on because he's real busy because Xavier's actually in Colorado right now working already. So, yes. But he's joining us for Alabama Comic-Con. By the time this drops, it'll be just a few days away. We'll be packing our bags and heading on over to Birmingham by the time y'all either listen to or watch this episode. Moonbeam will be there already.
I'll be there.
So, yeah, we really wanted to get you in here, Xavier, and just kind of talk about, real quick, I guess your journey in really, what, with all the things you do and have done, right? You've done all these big events. What was it about Comic-Con that you were like, all right, man, I gotta check that out. I gotta see what it's all about.
I am so comfortable on a microphone, but
That's good.
Makes me so it's like a giddy, nervous excitement to be an event, to debut at an event like this. I mean, I've done sporting events for 5,000 people. I've done sporting events for 80,000 people. You know what I mean? So it is just it's nerve-wracking almost in the world of the Comic-Con, right? I've been a fan of pop culture since, my name's Xavier. So I've always been an X-Men fan.
Right.
There's always that lock there. And I always knew that I wanted to get into this realm. I just didn't know how it was going to present itself. And most importantly, when it was going to present itself. So the universe is aligned. I happened to be working a USFL game in Birmingham and snuck over before one of the games. Literally, I had an hour window. I met the X-Men panel. And then, I think the night before, you guys had just closed up, and I met, oh my goodness, of course, help me out
Matt.
here.
It would have been Matt. Yeah, Matt Hernandez.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. And he kind of connected Moon and I, and I met you that night as well, Grant. And it was just, man, it was just like the perfect alignment. And yeah, just super excited.
We've mentioned how wild that weekend was in particular on this show before, because we were there. Like you said, USFL had games all weekend out of the UAB Stadium, which is right next door to the convention center. And then on Saturday night, Garth Brooks was in the stadium as well. So it was insane out there.
Not just Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks.
The GOAT.
Yeah.
The GOAT. They call me Dark Brooks, actually. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I know you do some singing sometimes in the stadium there for some of the games. Sometimes it happens. So, I could see where people would draw that comparison.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually singing tomorrow. I got my cowboy hat over there. I'm locked and loaded. We're ready.
All right.
Man, that's awesome.
Look. Make sure you put that on the gram for us. I want to see it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What do the folks in Colorado like to hear? What do they like to hear as far as songs?
I'm kind of a one-hit wonder, so they're going to get some friends in low places.
Friends in low places. There we go.
You can't lose. You can't lose with it.
I like it. Well, look, like we were saying earlier, know, what's that?
I was going to say, do you want to know what your panel schedule is looking like?
Oh, man, let's just hit me with it.
Okay.
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Okay, so we've got you in panel 2.
You're heading up panel room 2 for us.
Yeah, and that is going to be on Saturday. That's all artists. So, and they're all amazing. And I don't know if you've met any of these, but you're in for a big treat.
Mm-hmm.
So from 11:45, you're going to have Cody Chamberlain and Rob Guillory. They're a comic book artist. They're both from Lafayette, where we do our Louisiana Comic Con, and they're always a guest at that show, and they're unbelievably talented.
Yeah, Cody's worked on 30 Days of Night, the comic book series. Super cool. He has this one of his prints is this like latte monster. It's like a latte in like a cup and a saucer, and it's like coming out of the coffee cup, so I have that one hanging up over my coffee bar in my kitchen. It's great.
Yeah, he's amazing. And Rob Guillory, he did the comic book Chew.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I own Chew.
Yeah, Chew was a very big deal in like the hardcore comic book sort of thing. You should look into that. It's pretty wild.
I'm gonna be doing my homework, guys. Trust me.
Yeah, you gotta do your homework because these guys, they're amazing. And then next we have Tim Jacobus.
Does that name ring a bell? Tell him who it is.
Don't put him on the spot like that. Come on.
I know, Moonbeam, tell him who it is.
It's okay.
You here's the thing. You don't know his name, but you know who he is.
Okay, so do you remember a few years ago there was a meme going around with a girl holding up a bunch of books and it said, "Oh my God, Gershberms"?
Man, I'm literally checking out right now. Are you guys sure you want to do this? There's still time.
No, man, look, it's too late now.
Man, you're gonna love it.
You're already on the show and everything.
Okay, yeah, he illustrated all of the comic books, all of the Goosebumps, the R.L. Stein books.
Of course.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's done a bunch of other things.
And he's back. Okay.
Yeah, he's back.
And you got to ask him how many editions of Goosebumps they told him they were initially going to do whenever they were bringing him on.
Yeah, he wasn't planning on having a steady gig. I don't guess.
Dang, I mean, talk about changing your life, right?
Yeah, and it did.
Yeah.
Man.
Next, we've got oh my gosh, these guys are so much fun.
Yeah,
we've got Greg Burnham and Marcus Williams. They did. Which one of them did the Tuskegee Airs?
They both do Tuskegee Airs.
Yeah. One's the writer, one's the author, but they're one's the writer, one's the illustrator. They're very talented. Like, they'll blow your mind.
Yeah, Tuskegee. I recommend everybody listening to this check out. Just give it a Google. Tuskegee Airs. It's so cool.
Absolutely. I'm taking a few notes actually. So
make sure you look that one up. It's real dope.
Yeah.
And then after Marcus and Greg, we got Nolan Woodard.
Okay.
What you know about Nolan?
Well, Nolan has worked on Marvel books, right?
Yeah, a ton of Marvel stuff.
He's worked with on Captain America and Spider-Man. I think he did some Mandalorian stuff too.
Yeah,
very cool.
So yeah, he's
he's local. I don't know if he's from Birmingham, but he is.
Yeah,
he is a local boy. Yeah.
Well, I hope I bring my professionalism to run the room, but I hope I leave with the knowledge of all of the things that I should know getting tapped into this realm of comic books. I watch. I'm a more like sitting Netflix, boom, boom, boom. We're watching TV, and I'm excited to tap into the comic book side.
Oh
of things.
Yeah, you're gonna have a big time, man.
Novels.
Man, I bet you interview at jobs real well. Like, I want to tell you about our 401k options, our health benefits right now. Like,
what made you want to apply?
Entice you to have this job that I am not offering.
And I gotta tell you, I didn't know any. I don't do sports ball, so like I had no idea. And you were talking to me, and I don't think you told me any of your qualifications or any of your credentials. I just liked the cut of your jib. And I was like,
man,
we'll take you.
Yeah, that's the way we do things at Humbl. It's all about gut feeling.
First of all, I'm very humbled by that and very excited by that. Just I can't wait to tell my dad what you just said. He's gonna laugh at that. Man, you're always.
I had no idea, man. I didn't know you were a big deal. I just don't know anything about sports. I just you were really nice and well spoken and very friendly, and I was like, well, he'll fit in with the rest of this crew.
I just love the microphone. As a kid, they could just never get me to shut up, and now someone messed around and gave me a microphone. Uh-oh, look out.
Yeah.
Hey.
But back to those 401k options. Do you guys match? Do you guys over a certain amount of time? Do you?
Yeah, 3%.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we match up to 8%.
Oh wow,
Okay.
8%. It went up, or I got a bad deal. I don't know.
I love it.
None of these clowns get paid.
No.
All right. Let's do your Sunday. Oh wait, we're not done with Saturday. So after Nolan, you're gonna have a minute where we do. I say a minute. It's gonna be like an hour or two, where it's the costume contest prejudging. May or may not have you in there for that. Probably won't. Probably have you taking a little break or going and helping Grant on the main stage, because then you guys have the costume contest. So you guys can work that out. That'll be fun.
Grant, you dressing up?
Yeah, you know it.
He always does.
I'm gonna wear a jacket Saturday. I don't know. I might not do the jacket. I might switch up the Sunday look, because I need a new jacket, and I feel like I've worn all these jackets to all these venues that we hit on the loop like twice now. So I need to get a new one. But yeah, no, for Saturday for sure. Jackets coming out on Saturday.
Okay, so maybe I bring my cowboy hat. Is that what we're saying?
I'm not telling you not to.
You do you, man.
You absolutely bring the cowboy hat.
All right, now look, on Sunday, you got all cosplayers.
Okay.
So the first one is going to be enhancing your cosplay with Remy Domino and Beku.cos. They're like big time cosplayers. Like they're
but on Sunday she goes by Remy Domingo.
She does.
I don't think that's true.
No, it's true. I promise.
If it's Brandon said it, it's gospel. Anyway, you'll love those guys. They're amazing. And then, all of our cosplayers they're really talented. Then we've got special effects makeup for cosplay with Always Makeup.
Super
this
cool.
chick, she's amazing. She streams like every day on Twitch. She's always creating, and when she's not doing makeup or cosplay, she's drawing and painting. She's just super, super talented. And then the next one, go ahead.
Makeup. She loves makeup, and I was like, I want you to do special effects work. Like,
yeah, man, bring her.
Get her into the cosplay world. So
gotta get her
this
checking
would be
out
a good
Always.
person for her to know.
Yeah, ALL Ways Makeup is who she needs to be checking. It's really
she'll
cool.
blow your mind. She's so talented.
I'll look it
and
up.
Then we got Redder's Cosplay doing Holiday Gift Guide Cosplay Edition. So that'd be a good one to go if you got cosplayers in your fam. You need to know what to get them for Christmas. And
I have a few of cosplay friends in my network, so I'm excited. They don't know I'm doing this. So
yeah, well you're gonna have all this knowledge, and you're just gonna be like just gems falling out of your face.
I know. I can't wait.
And then next, the last panel of Sunday for you is going to be Star Wars combining charity and community. And that's with the 501st and Rebel Legion. And those guys are really cool.
Are they in different cities? Or because
there's branches all over the probably all over the world of the 501st.
I've been to Denver Comic-Con probably 4 or 5 times, and I know actually. Funny enough, we did a Star Wars themed Nuggets game when I worked for the Denver Nuggets, and this was probably 15-16 season, and I dressed up as Lando. So I'll have to send that photo to you guys, and they actually asked me to join them because they hadn't seen anyone do Lando.
Yeah,
they're like, we do not have a Lando. You killed it. And I was like, I rented this whole thing. I went to a legit costume shop. This lady was a wizard, and she put all this stuff together. They'd sewed the gold inside the lining of it was like, when I tell you it was official, it was official.
Oh, that's awesome.
Send us that picture. We'll use it for the title card for the episode.
Yeah, there you go. I got you.
All right, good. Look, hey, we've worked with Billy D. Williams a couple times. And let me tell you something. Lando Calrissian is not a fictional character because Billy D really is Lando in real life.
I love to hear that.
It's true.
Just a smooth talker. He'll have you just whatever you like, oh, how did I get in here, Orlando?
Yeah.
Billy, stop it.
I believe it. Well, look,
awesome.
I know we kind of kept you over here a little bit longer than what we said you were, and you got stuff you got to get to. But any last words you got for us about what you're looking forward to, and maybe tell everybody where to find you?
Birmingham, we're coming. We're gonna do this. We're excited. I can't wait to meet everyone. I can't wait to interact with you guys, sing songs, play games, the whole nine. We're gonna just party. We're bringing all the energy to these rooms. So that's what I have to say to the people. You guys can find me, my first name, on my platforms, Xavier Soller, Xavier Soller. That's my @ on all the platforms. So I look forward to meeting everybody and interacting, and we'll see you guys soon.
Keeping it simple. Love it, Xavier. Thanks, man, for coming on, and we'll see you in Birmingham.
Brandon, Moon, Grant, thank you guys so much.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on.
All right.
Come back anytime.
And consider it done.
Nice.
Hey, all right.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Well, cool. Well, that was awesome. Thanks again for Xavier for a minute. Hey, so we didn't have a lot of time with Xavier, but I wanted to check in because Moonbeam is sounding. You sound a little tired there. You okay?
I mean,
getting over a little bug.
Yeah, getting over a little bug,
but enough to be ready for the show.
Oh yeah. This thing has it's only it started about 3 or 4, 5 days ago.
I mean, it's mostly just sapped your energy. You were saying.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah. I'll be all right.
It'd be that way. Yeah.
I'm just a little wore down. That's all right.
Good. Look. Yeah. Another thing, real quick, since we didn't have time, I didn't want to do the show and tell with Xavier on because we didn't have time. But so Cal Dodd is coming to the show in Birmingham. Sure. He's the voice of Wolverine, also the voice of Slappy, the haunted dummy from Goosebumps. We talked about him before. Probably one of the company's quintessential guests, I suppose. I don't know how else to put that, but
he's beloved.
Guy. One of the things I've taken to doing ever since we started Louisiana Comic-Con, ever since we started the year earlier this year with Louisiana Comic-Con, is make props to put at the professional photo booth. So we have Pose Photography coming back to do the professional photo ops. And so I'm working on a couple things. This is still a work in progress. You can see it if you're watching on YouTube. If you're not, if you're just listening, go check out this episode on YouTube so you can see this thing. I'm going to pass it over my mic here. But I'm working on the Wolverine cowl. I don't know how well you can see it. It's let me hold it back here. There we go. Yeah. It's on my shoulder now. I can't put it on. It's actually a little too small for my head, but I got kind of a big head is the problem.
Hey, me and you both.
Yeah, I got a big head too. That's because it's got to hold our big brains.
That's what it is. I always tell people it's because I got a big brain. It's not because I got a bunch of water up there.
No, I got a bozo brain.
I'll post some pictures on the gram too. If you're following us over on Humbl Show at Humbl Show, we'll put pictures up there as well. I'm also working on a Magneto helmet. That'll pretty much be down to the wire, but yeah, so those are coming out, but I like the way this one's turning out. I got a feeling, because we kind of mentioned a little bit last time that we might have a surprise guest to announce, and then Danhausen was the guest for AEW, and I kind of have a feeling he's probably going to want this too.
You think so?
Yeah, he has a tendency to, he likes a lot of, comic booky, superhero-y type things.
Mm.
And there are some pictures of him.
Noggin.
There's some pictures of him out there wearing a Magneto helmet, so...
Yeah, I bet it'd fit him.
Oh, maybe so, because he's a normal-sized... He's probably got a normal-sized human head. Even though he's not human, I guess. He's a whatever, but... I digress.
He's super rad is what he is.
Yeah. Yeah, I had my wife put the helmet on just to be sure that it actually fit a person's head, and it does fit her. So, granted, it's mostly just for if you just want to hold it for the photo or whatever, it's fine. Because you're there with Cal. Cal voices Wolverine. He doesn't necessarily look like Wolverine, so you can just have a little Cal. Now, and Cal might want it too, so there might be a Danhausen Cal fight. I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's something that we all want to see.
We've talked about this. We've had this conversation before. We were like, you know what we would really like to see? I want to see Cal Dodd get in a fist fight with Dinner.
You know,
yeah.
This is whatever, but you know, we've got some karaoke happening.
Yeah, we do.
I got some karaoke with the bear. I wonder if I could get old Cal to come up there and sing.
Oh, I'm sure you could.
He's such a good singer, man. Get him to do a little like Steelers Wheel or something like that. I saw him do Stuck in the Middle with You one time. I was like, man, that was really good.
Oh.
Yeah.
But, you know,
not many people bringing up Steelers Wheel these days. But old Jerry Rafferty, that's a man we all love.
Yeah. It's, you know, it'd be like that. You know what I'm saying? Brandon, I wanted to check in with you too to see how you were doing, because I heard you blew someone's mind with a cactus the other day. Is that what happened? You put that on Instagram?
Yeah, so you saw that.
Yeah, of course we saw that.
Bring the story up.
We got our ears to the ground.
I only just found out like 2 or 3 weeks ago. No, it was a little bit. I think it was about a month and a half ago that you can like check to see like who looks at your stuff. Like I didn't know that you could do until then. So yeah, I but in any case, yeah, you know, you get a lot of people who say that they get visited by you know, the Mormons. You know, it's usually a duo of you know polite looking white boys, and they have their white shirt and their ties, and they're like, hey, we want to take up your time on the weekend. And I'm like, no, I gotta not do that. But the way that the guy like he was like, I opened the door and he was legitimately dumbfounded. Like his mouth was agape whenever I opened the door. I'm like, what's wrong with me? What's going on? But he points to my cactus on my balcony. He's like, what is that? I'm like, oh, that's a cactus, man. That's, you know, I had a buddy give that to me. He's like, someone just gave you that? I'm like, yeah,
that's gotta be worth like $1 million.
It's one thing to ham it up to start a conversation. This guy seemed like he was being legit. It is so out there. I really just don't think that, you know, he'd ever seen a cactus before.
I don't know how many cactuses they have up there. Salt flats, and
that's a desertous area. You would hope that they'd had some.
It's a pretty area. I'll tell you what, we get the nicest Mormons around here. Do you remember at the Grindhouse we used to have some Mormon boys that would always stop in and get themselves a Pepsi and look at comic books?
Oh, I remember the picture. It looked like you guys had a couple of members of Weezer up there.
Yeah, man, they were so nice. We get the nicest Mormons.
You got some good Mormon boys.
Were they sneaking the comic books? Was that the thing? I mean, because it seems like
I don't know. I mean, they would come and like I don't think they were really supposed to have caffeine, but I don't know. But that was the rumor. I don't know. But yeah, they would get a Pepsi and go back there and read comic books for a while.
Like I would imagine like Spider-Man would be okay, but I don't know about some of those other titles. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't think we had a whole bunch of like comic book erotica or anything like that back there.
That's exactly what I was getting at.
They may have been looking at Rue Morgue magazine, probably be the worst thing they found back there.
But you know, if they were reading, you know, Preacher or something like that.
I think that you guys had Preacher.
Yeah, we definitely had Preacher.
If you got a comic book shop, you got Preacher. I mean, it's just part of the deal.
Yeah.
Or if you're selling comics, I should say. You know, the Grindhouse was kind of all of the above. You know.
Yeah. It was mostly a expensive hobby. That's what it was.
Yeah, but it was a collection of everything cool.
The people of Philadelphia, Mississippi, they just weren't ready for it. Was the problem?
Well, I mean.
We
weren't ready for it, I don't guess, but I'm glad it happened.
Yeah.
They'll never be ready for it. I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent, but I have never known a town where everyone is competing to be the person who got sick from the new restaurant in town. There will be rumors floating around before the place is even open. Like, oh, I know who runs that place. People are going to get sick. They're going to be, you know, the first day, everything's going to be dirty and nasty and gross. And then, like, you know, you talk to people like, you know, a week or two later, and like, oh my God, this person that I knew threw up in the parking lot as soon as they ate the food. It's like, no, they did.
I guarantee you that did not happen.
Like everybody's just competing to see what words they can say to get this new place in this rural area where not a lot of new places are coming around. Let's just see who can get it shut down the fastest.
Wow.
Look, you can edit it out, but are we talking about our new Mississippi's very first?
We are. Oh my God! So many people just like, oh, they have these types of people working up there. And I just saw them all covered in mud, and they were spitting at each other.
Whatever. It's so good. It's so good. A friend of mine from high school was the manager up there, and she kicks ass.
And like she does some mechanics too, and like that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We smoked in the bathroom together.
Hell yeah.
Back in high school.
Look, we'll edit out the names, but I'll just say that first place is where they have the free shavakadu. So anyway, if you don't know what that is, Google it, I guess.
Yeah, man, free my boy shavakadu.
That's right. Man, that's small towns be like, because I live in Baton Rouge, and Baton Rouge is not a small town, but it also is a small town.
Yeah.
It's very crazy how some of those characteristics, regardless of how many people move in and how many amenities you have, never really seem to go away. But it's all good. We're making it. We're doing good.
Heck yeah.
We got Arby's. We got Arby's.
Jack in the Box, dude.
Man, I could just.
Who else in the South can be like, hey, we got Jack in the Box?
Yeah. Oh man, I remember when I was a kid, we got the Jack in the Box. That was big news. I wonder, Humbl Fam, I want you all to come in on the conversation here. What was like the big thing that moved into your hometown? What was it that was like, oh yeah, this is coming. Like, we got something now. Drop us a comment on YouTube or over on Instagram or Facebook and let us know what that thing was. I'm curious to see what everybody says.
It was a service merchandise.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. I guess we're not that great because I don't even know what that is.
It's no longer around. They
right. It went the way of the Hard Rock Beach Cafe.
Look, it was the dumbest idea because you go and they just had stuff looking everywhere, whatever. But you couldn't buy it. You had to it was just the display. You had to go and check out with like a little piece of paper where you wrote down what you wanted. And then they had everything in the warehouse in the back. So it's not like you could go in with a shopping cart and be like, I want this glow in the dark see-through telephone. Or I want this, tabletop fountain of a gargoyle. You had to just write that down and then they check you out in the back. Service merchandise was a great in theory.
But it was also the sort of place where you could go to and see these big semi-novelty items in all of its glory. You could go there and go jump on a trampoline.
It was like a brick and mortar sky mall is what it is.
Yeah, okay. And you could go there and go lay down on a bed that looked like a car. Like there were so many things that you could do that you could not. If you're in the market for a car bed, you just have to buy it blindly, like a fool. You can't go to service merchandise anymore and try it out like a respectable consumer.
Yeah, what's up with that?
You're not wrong.
Well, what you do is you go to Best Buy, you look at it in Best Buy, and then you order it on Amazon while you're still in the store.
But they have those fancy car beds that actually drive. I want one that does not.
That's true. Just the stationary one is what I need. It's a little too hazardous to have it in the car. Well, one thing that we were supposed to get here in Baton Rouge that we did not get, that they do have in Birmingham, Alabama, is Buc-ee's.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And if y'all are listening to this and you don't know what Buc-ee's is, oh man. Here's the thing. I can't explain to you what Buc-ee's is, Because if I explain it to you, you're just not gonna get it. You know what I mean? Like
I can
Buc-ee's
explain
is
it.
what's that?
I can explain it.
Well,
as
you
soon
can
as you're
explain
done.
it, but I feel like you have to experience it. But what's your explanation?
Okay, so it's like Disney World. If Disney World was a gas station, and instead of a Mickey Mouse, it was a beaver, and instead of little ice creams in the shape of Mickey ears, it's beaver nuggets and cake balls and fudge and fountain drinks and ices and chocolate covered nuts and jerky
And pork sandwiches?
and pork sandwiches. And that's it's and the cleanest bathrooms.
Cleanest bathrooms.
See,
Listen,
So
go
many
ahead, Brandon.
stalls.
I feel like it's funny that you bring up Disneyland because here's the thing: we brought up Disney adults briefly last week, and I feel like so like in the same way that you talk to a Disney adult like, oh yeah, I've never seen bed knobs and broomsticks, and like, what's wrong with you? You've never seen bed knobs and broomsticks? Like that's kind of like Texans and Buc-ee's. Like they'll be in Delaware, a Texan in Delaware, and they're like, and so we went to Buc-ee's afterwards, and then person in Delaware is like, Buc-ee's, is that like a restaurant or something? What are you talking about? It's Buc-ee's. Like you have those Texas missionaries going around all over the country, and like I feel like everybody has at least heard a little inkling of Buc-ee's before.
That's true. I mean, yeah, I think so. It's just one of those things, man. It's crazy. And Moonbeam, I stand corrected you because you can explain what Buc-ee's is, I suppose.
Oh
Because
yeah,
that was pretty accurate. But
right.
That
I
was
nailed it.
incredibly accurate.
But
Yeah, you can also get a bunch of crap you don't need. Like they have like home goods and cutesy sayings, written on pieces of wood, and it's good. That's good. It's a good thing. You can get anything you want with a beaver on it. And you can get, you can get everything from swimsuit tops to bottle opener. Yeah. You can get stuffed Buc-ee. Yeah.
They have the onesie now. They have the beaver onesie where like basically you can just be Buc-ee if you want.
Yeah.
So, like you said, if there is a piece of merchandise, they will put that beaver's face on it.
Yeah, they will.
No problem.
Yeah, and they always have like whatever holidays coming up, they got a shirt for it.
Yeah.
So, right now they've got their Halloween merch out. So go get up on that.
So I'm real glad that they haven't gone down the path of the like Gulf Coast novelty store like route, like, which I mean we were just in Florida. I don't want to down Florida too much, but like you go in there and you can buy some just real rowdy stuff, and I won't say anything in particular, but there's just so many liberties that they could take with the beaver connotation that whereas Florida would be like Buc-ee's they hold back.
Buc-ee's is for the children. It's just like Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's super clean, just like Wu-Tang.
Yeah. What's funny is because, like, for years, my wife was like, "I don't understand your obsession with Buc-ee's. It's a gas station," but she had never been.
Yeah, that's it.
And then we stopped at a Buc-ee's for the first time, and she was like, "Oh, okay, I get it now. I get Buc-ee's now. I understand." So
yeah.
It's just one of those wild, amazing, magical places that only exists in a certain region of the country, and for that reason, that is going to bring us to our trivia game for the week.
Oh,
Moonbeam, we did kind of just like a yes or no sort of game recently, I guess, not last episode, weekend before. I brought that concept back because I wasn't sure what you were feeling up to today, and I didn't want to push it, and I felt like this would be fun anyway, because like Brandon mentioned earlier, Buc-ee's, originated in Texas, but they have since grown beyond Texas, right? So I've got a list of states here, and I want y'all to tell me whether or not Buc-ee's actually has a location in each of these states.
Is one of them going to be Texas?
Texas is off the list because that was a gimme. So. I think, who did we start with last time? Was it Moonbeam? I think
started with Brandon last time.
Oh, we did? Okay, so all right, Moonbeam, you're gonna go first, okay? And this game is called The Buc-ee's Stops Here. So, Moonbeam North. What's that?
I can't believe this is a game.
It's a game.
I can't.
Look, y'all leave me in charge of the game every week, and
yeah, I mean, whatever. Let's do it.
Wild stuff. North Carolina. Is there a Buc-ee's in North Carolina?
No.
No?
No.
There's not. There's no Buc-ee's in North Carolina.
Yeah, there's no Buc-ee's in North Carolina.
What, Brandon? What about South Carolina? Is there a Buc-ee's in South Carolina?
Nope.
There is a Buc-ee's in South Carolina. Yeah, believe it or not. Moonbeam 1-0 here. Okay. That's all right. Look, there's plenty here for us to try and redeem ourselves on. Moonbeam.
Yes.
Is there a Buc-ee's in West by God, Virginia?
No.
No?
I don't think so. In West Virginia?
West Virginia.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
West Virginia.
West Virginia. West by God, Virginia.
Not West.
Not the western part
the west side of
yes.
Virginia. West Virginia.
Yes.
I don't think so. I think they got Wawas.
Yeah, they probably do have Wawas. The answer is no. That's correct. 2-0 for Moonbeam here. Brandon, there's still time to catch up. Don't worry.
You're not going to beat me on Buc-ee's trivia, oddly.
Is this why you're like, I can't believe this is a game? Because I
can't believe my day's come.
Brandon, Missouri or Missouri, depending upon where you're from.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
There's not. One Brandon, two Moonbeam. Okay. Moonbeam, what about a state that's always on my mind, Georgia?
Ooh, I'm glad you got that one.
Maybe I've heard rumors that they were getting one.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they've got one.
Don't think they have one. Not you're saying they have not graduated up to getting a Buc-ee's.
I don't think so.
All right, so
I'll be surprised if they do.
They do have a Buc-ee's already. Yeah, they do.
Oh.
I forgot to look up where because I don't know if it's in Savannah.
Edit that part out where I was really sure of myself.
Yeah, not that Savannah would be of any interest to us, but maybe it would be. Who knows?
It's in Savannah?
No, I was going to say I don't know because, but it could have been Savannah. I don't know.
Maybe it's in Douglasville.
Could be in Douglasville for all we know. Could be in Pflugerville. No, where's that at? I don't know. Anyway.
Teach me how to Douglas.
Brandon, how about Tennessee?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm going to say no.
Brandon's going with no. There is Buc-ee's. Tennessee does have Buc-ee's. Yeah.
Darn this successful business.
Hey, look, did you hear about the it was I don't know what part of the world it was. It might have been close to Mexico, maybe. Or may have been in. Anyway, they made this real janky old shit ass Buc-ee's gas station, and Buc-ee's was not having that, not one bit. They were like, they sent them a cease and desist so fast.
Yeah, but then they kept working on it.
Do I?
I think, but then they kept working on it. They got the cease and desist, and they were like, "Nah, we're just going to ignore that."
Yeah,
and
come on down here and try to stop us.
Yeah, no. Buc-ee's wasn't having. They're like, we worked way too hard on our, for some Johnny come lately.
Giving them an honorary license, like you guys keep doing it.
That Beaver's got lawyer money now. He's all the way up in Tennessee now. He's lining his pockets with cash.
He's in Georgia too.
Yeah, he is in Georgia. All right, look, we don't need the tiebreaker. Moonbeam has taken the game, but I'm just going to throw up the tiebreaker here anyway. How about Kentucky? What do we think?
No. No.
There is Buc-ee's in Kentucky.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what? I haven't looked at that list in a long time.
Yeah.
God, that marketing writes itself. There's Buc-ee's in Kentucky.
Well, they've got the very clever, the billboards, right? Like ones that say, like, Buc-ee's in 105 miles. You can hold it.
You can hold it.
Yeah. So, like, I feel like that really does make sense. Let me see. Yeah. Calhoun, Georgia, and Warner Robins. Thank you all and good night. Warner Robins, Georgia. And then they are in Richmond, Kentucky.
Boy, oh boy.
So it's there.
Well, I'll be.
I feel like we had a lot of fun this episode. Look, we had we had Xavier on to tell us all about what he's going on and what's going through his mind.
Hey, listen, after I was talking to him, I was like,
why?
I shouldn't have told him all that. Because I just I'm like,
yeah, but you're an oversharer, so.
Oh, yeah, big time.
It'll be okay.
Hey, man, I don't know anything. I don't know who the hell you were. I mean, you just came in just, being all smooth and stuff. And I was like, I mean, anyway, I'm really excited to have, but I honestly did not know. I mean, I had no idea.
Yeah, well, that's why Matt said, "Hey, let's get him on," because they're working that weekend. So it was cool. Yeah, it was funny.
It was really cool.
Because we had all those USFL players in the hotel room, not in the hotel room, in the hotel. Like you passed through, there were all these like giants wandering around the hotel that weekend as well. So that was really funny too. The Cal Dodd helmet, the Wolverine thing that I put together here too, because I want to get this out here because we've announced 3 guests. Well, actually more than 3 now, but 3 of the guests for Louisiana Comic-Con that's not happening until March over in Lafayette. We've got 3 Yellow Rangers coming to the show. Karen Ashley, who's great. Nakia Baris, also great from Turbo and Zio. And then Serena Vincent from, Lost Galaxy. So I think I'm going to be pumping out some Yellow Ranger helmets between now and then. Since I got plenty of time.
She's coming to the Halloween show too, right? She's not. Never mind.
Who is? Oh yeah, no. No. Oh yeah, because Serena was in. I can see where you would have. One thing, y'all have a lot going on, but I can see where you can say that too, because Serena was in Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Which is you know what? I watched it like earlier this year. I went back and rewatched it, and it's still pretty fun. Still a fun movie.
Good movie, yeah.
Yeah. I like it. With that, y'all be sure, if you have not already, hit that subscribe button. Please, if you're in the Birmingham area, we will see y'all this coming weekend at the Alabama Comic-Con. If not, that's okay, because we'll just catch you back here next week on The Humble Show. But until then, stay humble.